Looks like we're getting ready to track here at Alexander Recording Company. Got a tune we're gonna do here from the Bridges of Madison County. We actually recorded the demo in my studio that we sent in. Turned out they liked that enough to bring us down to the real deal in here.
We are the Brazilian Trees Band, and what we usually do is try to take happiness wherever we go and whenever we can.
When we saw that it was through the Des Moines Performing Arts, we knew we wanted to jump on it right away. We knew that it would be an awesome connection. We felt that we had the ability to make it happen and win, and ultimately that happened, so it was really amazing. So TC, our manager, calls me on Friday and he says, I'm sending you an email. Check this out, see what you think. So I open up the email, says Bridges of Madison County remix. I click on it, find the information, see that we get to remix a tune in our own style, which is our strong suit. We love doing that. So I ran home, pulled up the playlist on YouTube and went through and listened to them. Really thought that Walter and Evan would do great on the song. So I ended up choosing this. We put it together in about 2 or 3 days' work.
The challenge, it's a competition. Let's see what we got. You know, like we were very like, let's do it, let's do it. We went to the studio and that was the first time that we were actually present the song. I had the voice singing on my ear and I was like literally reproducing what he was singing through the violin. So it was like right on, like I was listening. So by the end of the song, I had no idea what I played. I was just doing what he was singing, and then I heard it was horrible, and then I did it again. That was it. That was the take that you had, was the second one. That everybody was doing the same thing. Yeah, we had no idea because we needed the time, like we didn't have time. So we just, boom, jumped on it, and that's it. What is unique about this rendition that we did is that there is no vocals, and the song was presented to us with a singer. There is somebody singing the words.
One of the things about the instrumentation that we use, guitar does a lot of bends. It's a very expressive, like vocally, and the violin has no frets, and then later on the upright bass also has no frets, so it's very expressive and it's very vocal-like, so that translated really well.
We're all pretty great musicians, so when we tackled this style that we don't always play, it kind of took a life of its own in general, you know, like hearing Ray just kind of like thunder through these parts, whereas, like, I mean, he almost created a whole separate spectrum of what that song is just from what you were doing with the drums, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
I feel you, man.
Yeah.
As far as this track, I listened to it, and one thing I noticed is in the original song, you barely can tell that drums are in the song. And so my thought was, well, how can I take this song and keep kind of the feel and the vibe of it, but make it be heard and make it be felt? And so how do I take the vibe of the song and put emotion to it? In the beginning, I do this kind of time feel. I can show you a little bit of it. You know, and so I do that kind of time feel, and then the thing was, you know, I didn't want to just go from a big time feel like that to to something soft. So it's like, how do I come out of that, you know? You know, it's just, you know, keeping the intensity high, giving the emotion. I just was able to give the music what it wants, you know. The music was begging for something, and I was just able to try to give it whatever the music wanted. So that's kind of where I was at with that whole thing.
It's an Indian head silver dollar. It's a little tarnished because it's silver.
So what happened was we laid down 2 tracks, and we took a listen to both. We thought these are both awesome. We like them both. You know, things are amazing about both parts, so we're just gonna flip.
All right, here we go.
Heads track 1, tails track 2. Track
Buffalo
2.
it is.
Track 2, we're rolling with it because the coin says so.
Yeah, I was really happy with both the takes, really, but I think we got that first take in that we liked a lot, and I think it really helps to just get another one in for posterity. You know, you got the good vibes going off of one that we feel like we could really hold on to. Then we just kicked out the second one, and I kind of just feel like all of us had a closer eye on the second one, the second run through, as the coin told us. So
We're gonna roll
Track
with
2.
acoustic guitar.
Yeah, I'm
next.
ready.
Okay.
Cool.
It's
Nice.
time.
All right. So we're gonna do acoustic guitar next.
We're about to do our first overdub track on the bass rhythm track we just laid down, and that'll be me with the good old acoustic guitar here. This song really has a driving part to it, like the whole main rhythm of the tune is just this big open like chord. And that just kind of goes the whole time. It just goes and goes and goes, and then it gets all the way down there to the end, and man, there's gonna be some really nice upright bass work that'll be going on, and then Walter's got the acoustic violin going on. And we're gonna have some really cool parts in there.
You got plugged in?
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Guess I'll need the headphones.
As far as Bridges of Madison County, I thought they did a really interesting twist on it. Dynamically, what they accomplished with the song is pretty impressive. It's got a very nice sound field. You're tricked into believing you're going to listen to a full-on rock song. And then the breakdown, the tension in the song comes from the breakdown, and then you go into this classical realm that is so impressive.
We're getting set here. I'm gonna put my upright track on this take, and we're just kind of miking it up right now. And, I'm gonna get EQ'd in and ready to roll. In the back half of the tune, the instrumentation sort of goes into like a classical feel. And so to make it authentic, I brought my upright bass, and we're gonna put it on the track in the back half. Just because the electric sound is a little more harsh, but with the upright you can get, you know, some nice warm sounds out of it, and it's just gonna fit really well in there. Normally the bass is this low note isn't quite that low. It's normally this is normally the note that it's tuned to. But the last note in this tune is a C, so I just cranked this baby down a few notes, and now it's just that really low rumbly sound. It's amazing. It's like shaking the whole room too. The thing that sort of ties the musical theater to the band is the live performance aspect, how we interact with each other on stage. Each time it's subtle, different. We have the general outline, but we get to kind of explore with the parameters, so it's really nice.
Stage for me is the most fascinating thing ever, and that's why I do this full-time, music. And it's very challenging career, very challenging, like, you know, the music industry is really hard, but it's not about the music. There is something about stepping on the stage and then you have 10,000 people looking at you, staring at you, and it's my responsibility to give them the best time of their lives. And I love that responsibility. It is so awesome. Like, they are there for you, they pay the ticket. And I love.
Walter and I actually kind of met through a musical. I mean, it was almost a year ago to this day. We were performing together in a pit band for a musical back in Cedar Falls. The playing that he was doing in the musical was it was pretty classical. I mean, some really beautiful violin playing, and I was just like, wow, this guy's really good at just playing the violin, and then let alone going, out of the musical scene and back into our type of music and style of playing, and it was just like blowing it up. It's just like, there's definitely a connection there I think for all musicians when it comes to, performance and theater, along with performance as a live musical act.
When you're on stage performing musically, it's organic, you can interact and you react. And that's what I like about theater too, is that each time it's performed, there's nuances or subtle differences between the actors, and the same goes for music and what we do on stage as well.
The Des Moines Performing Arts, the opportunity that they have afforded to the young band to step their way up a little bit. And honestly, I don't even want to say step their way up, because I think they're at a pretty good level. They're great musicians. They have a sound and a feel to them. What most people on that level don't have is exposure. They don't have someone to help them along in the process. So, Des Moines Performing Arts is, once again doing something pretty incredible for, people who deserve it.
Here we are, meeting new people, experiencing new experience, this studio, this recording. I really, really appreciate this connection between the Des Moines Performing Arts, thinking of the musicians from Des Moines, try to bring them on board with the Broadway. So that was a very good chance. You guys are providing the local musicians to get involved with something that big. So again, I really would like to thank you for the opportunity.
Let's make some noise.
How did that feel? It felt good to me too. Hey, we are the Brazilian Twins, and this is
Home Before You Know It.
From the Bridges of Madison County musical.
Enjoy.
Enjoy it. Thank you.